Modern Warfare 3 released over a week ago, and as every video game, it has its strengths and its weaknesses. It does more things right than it does wrong, and I for myself have a huge amount of fun playing it. But when it comes to one of the major complaints, you'll find SBMM and EOMM in any comment section out there. And don't get me wrong, I recommend this game to any Call of Duty fan and FPS player out there. At the same time though, SBMM and EOMM need to be addressed. But what actually are they? And do SBMM and EOMM even come in handy for gamers? Well, skill-based matchmaking on the one hand exists for a long time. Initially invented for chess to provide a fair matchmaking for different players with different skill levels. Look at handicap in golf, for example, or even separate leagues in any known team sports. So basically, there's nothing wrong with a system that provides fair games in terms of skill levels. At least everyone should have the choice on how determined someone wants to go for a game, right? Engagement optimized matchmaking, on the other hand, is aiming at gaming over time. What that means is, the longer you play, the better for publishers and developers. And in the end, the better for you when it just comes to gaming. Not mentioning funny side effects like social difficulties, physical degradation, and mental addiction. No, seriously. Stay healthy, strong, and connected. That's the main effort. It is kind of a secret what exactly EOMM takes into consideration. But for instance, it's including gameplay settings, player's movement, the time someone plays, if you use controller or keyboard and mouse, as well as your gameplay style. Are you an aggressive or a passive player? Do you like run and gun or just sniping? Or do you like to play together with either one of these? With all that being said, why then is it good for us to lose most of our games? Why is it good to sweat our ass off in every single match? To answer that question, let's digress into psychology for a moment and what it says about the term conditioning. Let me just draw you a picture, a simple picture of what the American psychologist B.F. Skinner did in his experiments. He'd put a rat in a box, and in that box there would be just a button. In order to get food, the rat then presses that button and gets something to eat. It'll then only press that button when hungry. He'd put a rat in another box, in which the button just releases food from time to time. So it was not predictable. And what the rat then did was to press that button more often, because it didn't know when to expect the reward. And now think of you as the rat. Not the ugly one, or the camping one, just a metaphorical one. You'll start your game more often and play it more often if you don't know when to get a reward, so win or a good KD. Because there's more dopamine distributed when your highly desired effect occurs. That effect is even enhanced when you expect a reward, not when you get it. That up, the more you can't predict a reward, the more eager you are to spend a lot of time in striving for that reward. Crazy, isn't it? Well, welcome to our brains. By looking at those theories, we see that publishers and devs just look for a way to keep players on track with their games. Why? Simply because they want to make money with it, which is fine to me. If they didn't make money with it, we wouldn't have any games to play. But what could be better though? Easy lobbies, high KD games, get rid of SBMM or EOMM? Well, no. Because we wouldn't like that either. And think about the players in supposedly easy lobbies that you would just farm kills off. They wouldn't have any fun. Following psychology, winning by getting easy lobbies surprisingly would be contradictory to get satisfying emotions. We would know our wins are not deserved. We'd start to think that the game made it easy for us. Just for us. So yes, SBMM and EOMM are good for us players, whether you like it or not. There's a big but though. But it has its limits. And if these limits are crossed in an excessive way, gaming is no fun anymore. I feel a lot of us think like that about Call of Duty right now. Are there any solutions then? Well, it's hard to tell, because we don't have any insights in any numbers. With my simple words, just widen the skill level gap for the lobbies, in which players with their skill levels are thrown into. In other words, just turn down SBMM and EOMM slightly. Is that easy to do? Well, probably not if you look into such sophisticated algorithms, but that's not on my side. Maybe if COD wasn't released every year, players would dip, and the numbers would show a difference. It could be a way for Activision. Going for a support for a game over a longer period could mean that SBMM and EOMM, as they are right now, lead to lower player counts. But with an annual release, we just don't know. Because hopes are high and players just want to get the new stuff every year. And when we get bored, another COD is knocking on our doors already. What you can do as a player is to choose different game modes, like War or Ground War, where SBMM and EOMM tend not to hit too hard. Mess around with guns, loadouts or gear, just to bring some variety in your gaming experience from time to time. And most importantly, don't look at your own stats, cause they tell you nothing about your own skill. And look for other gaming titles you'd like to play and that you maybe enjoy more. Because since gaming is just a part of economics, the numbers will tell what way is the best to make money. Accept it or leave it, it's up to you. But now you know, and maybe there is a little more awareness of why things happen. In my perspective, it would be a great way to let players choose whether or not they'd like to play with SBMM or not. Cause that's much more appealing to the vast majority out there. Assumingly, ranks offers a good way to do so. But let me know what you think. Do you think it's good? Does it need any changes? Does it come in handy for players? Well, see you again until then, and don't forget to subscribe, cause this is my unpredicted reward. Have a great one. Bye.